Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I could play with. From bikes and trains to video games. It was the biggest toy store there is. I don't wanna grow up, because if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. I still wanna be a Toys R Us kid.
And welcome to World War G episode 169. I'm Troy.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Colton.
Yeah, it was a somber moment there. Change the theme song
Yeah.
today for part
Our
of
The
childhood.
death of a childhood friend.
part of our childhood has died. Toys R Us is no longer.
You could actually see it coming. Have you gone into Toys R Us recently?
Of course, yeah.
Depressing.
Yes.
They haven't changed anything or kind of revamped, and they didn't really follow the times at all as far as going online.
No, yeah,
You're like, here, we'll send you out a paper ad in the newspaper. Like,
you walk in there, it's like a leper colony. Like it's sad and desolate, and you're lucky if you can find someone that actually works there.
although one of my fondest memories growing up was going in to get a couple of Beast War toys from there.
Sure.
Yeah. They were fantastic.
I would always find a gem or two in the last few years that I went there.
To add to your collection of
I actually
figures?
I mean, I guess I was part of the problem because I didn't buy an action figure from Toys R Us in quite some time.
yeah.
I think the last one I bought was a Batman figure. Or Batman v Superman. But
No, that's not your problem. That's their problem. Because I used to go there to buy board games and stuff like that. And that's because they used to be the only place that had amazing board games. But now, like Target and Walmart, they stepped up their game. And Toys R Us never did anything to compensate for that. And so why would I go 20 minutes out of my way to go to Toys R Us when there's a Walmart 3 minutes away?
They tried towards the later years with Babies R Us.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, Kids R Us.
Kids are, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was
Inevitable.
it was inevitable. Okay.
Unlike that, it's gone.
So, I was sent this kind of humorous list from Nate over Facebook. This is from Dorkly. We pick official Marvel superheroes for all 50 states. Now, what they did is they picked one superhero, and then they kind of the way they did it, they kind of correlated the state with the superhero. So, for example, Arizona, Doctor Strange. Wears funky gemstone jewelry, believes in the healing power of their new age religion, has seen things you wouldn't believe, man.
Okay. Although I was reading some of them and they were kind of a stretch to, find a correlation between
A little bit.
state and superhero, but still.
California, Black Panther, wealthy, independent, and constantly getting bogged down in immigration debates.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give you that. Delaware, Jean Grey. Behind the boring, unassuming surface lies a dark and uncontrollable force that you cannot imagine. Corporate tax breaks.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, hang on, let me get to the next page here.
They kind of picked some lesser known superheroes as
They
well.
did.
And I don't even know who this person is.
Georgia, She-Hulk. Sweet and hospitable until your ass gets kicked harder than you ever imagined. Hawaii, Scarlet Spider / Ben Reilly. Goofy Anomaly with a depressing history behind how they were brought into the fold.
Wow.
Idaho, just up the road from us a little bit, Captain Britain was still a disputed territory of the United Kingdom as late as 1846.
I did not know that.
Yeah. See, there's also kind of a history lesson. Illinois, the Punisher, famous for epic machine gun fights with organized crime. Iowa,
like New Mexico or something.
Iowa, Captain America. The state was so dedicated to America and freedom that 1/6 of its entire population fought for the Union during the Civil War. Let's see.
Well, what about Utah?
I'm getting there.
All right. You're just building the suspense.
I am.
Yeah.
Can you feel it? Can you feel the suspense building?
You could cut it with a knife.
And if my computer wasn't so slow,
that's half the suspense.
that is half the suspense.
You guys need Max.
Yeah, seriously, this is ridiculous. Massachusetts, Iron Man. A unique mix of bleeding edge technology research and recovering drunks. Sounds like Tony Stark. Michigan, Blade. Badass. Used to rake in tons of money and seemingly curse forever in between life and death. Oh, poor Michigan. Or, yeah, Michigan. Nevada, Hulk. Nevada is the only state with copious amounts of radiation. Nevada test site, Yucca Mountain. And a history of encouraging destructive blackout states. Las Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. We're getting there.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're getting there.
It's alphabetical order, and there's only like 8 on a page.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of a problem. Holy crap. All right, you know what? We're just going to move on because my computer's being way too slow for this.
Hold on. Utah might be at the bottom of this one.
I believe. I believe.
Nope. It's not.
No. All right, well, you know what? You can go to dorkly.com and you can find it yourself. Just search Marvel Superhero for all 50 states.
Yeah, quit being as lazy as Troy's computer.
I know, it's so bad. Okay. So, let's take a break. And when we come back, we got a few stories. See, there's not much this time because we recorded earlier this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, not much has happened. But, oh, wait a minute. Oh, here I go. I just got it. Utah.
Yes.
Hercules. Known to appreciate a good marble temple based on a somewhat unorthodox interpretation of ancient theology.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's hard hitting. I
That's
like it.
probably a little dig there, but that's okay. All right.
Pretty much everything related to our state, though.
Pretty much. Yeah, so let's take a break, and when we come back, we got some rather short news, actually. So
It's all about me.
We'll be back right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Thanks, Troy. Hi, everybody. This is Sean Ray.
And John Irons.
And we're the hosts of Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast. We're a show that has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we talk about movies and TV and cartoons, entertainment news, and every show has a different theme.
That's right. We might discuss anything from our favorite bad movies to who would win in a fight between C-3PO and the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. That was episode 41, a classic. You can download that episode and all of our other episodes on iTunes and Stitcher. We're on Podcast Addict and, of course, on our website, cosmicpotato.com.
It's special guests and movie news and geeky nerddom and nerdy geekery and lightsabers and Time Lords and Ninja Turtles all the way down. So check out Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast.
And we're back, and we're speaking Klingon,
Right?
apparently.
Okay.
Is that a new
I
language
thought
on
that I thought
Duolingo?
this would like. Well, now you just spoiled it. Now there's the whole story.
Oh.
Why do I need to read this, guys? No. I thought Troy would definitely you'd appreciate this. You can now learn Klingon online. Have you ever wanted to speak Klingon?
Yes.
The Star Trek franchise most famous constructed language has existed for over 3 decades, and yet there are very few people who are actually fluent in Klingon. That may be about to change because Duolingo has set up a free online course which offers to teach fans Klingon in just 5 minutes a day. Right? That's doable. Duolingo official licensed Klingon course has been in the works for over 3 years. Duolingo's techniques involve game-like lessons, which are tailored for each user's learning style. It's estimated that thousands of people have already learned basic Klingon in the past few decades, and over 170,000 fans signed up for the Klingon Duolingo, man, they say Duolingo a lot in here, course prior to the launch. It's currently available online as part of blah 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 Android app. I don't want to say Duolingo again. That's actually Klingon for Duolingo.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yep,
Ah,
it really
Sweet,
is.
we're fluent now.
Nice.
Practically already. Who needs to pay for the courses? I can teach it to you guys. Although Klingon dates back to its okay, are you familiar without looking, or did you already look? When did they first speak Klingon? Just putting your Trekkie knowledge to the test.
Well, I know the Klingons first appeared on the original series, but I don't remember them ever actually speaking Klingon. I just remember them speaking English.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Next Generations when they first. No, the movies,
Yeah.
the original cast movies. Yes,
All right.
no.
Yes. Okay. Although Klingon dates back to its Star Trek series, the first lines of the language weren't spoken on screen until Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Sweet.
James Doohan, the actor who played Scotty, and producer John Pavel came up with the Klingon lines for Mark Lennon to perform on screen for Star Trek III: The Search for Spock. Mark was hired to further develop the Klingon language. Orklund went on to write the official Klingon dictionary in 1985. Jeez, that's putting some extra time and effort into this.
So is there like Klingon grammar and all that? Like you have to say things in a specific order? It's not
Yes.
just like English with a different set of words?
Yeah, it's like literally learning another language.
That's crazy.
I didn't. My brother had the Klingon dictionary for a while. I'd look at it every now and again, but I never understood it.
That got too nerdy for you?
Yeah. It was all Klingon to me. But yeah, that's not really a rabbit hole I've ever wanted to go down. Like, if I'm going to learn a language, I'm going to learn, like, Spanish or French.
Yeah.
Something useful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
remember, like a while back ago, you confessed to us that you were playing that Star Trek where you had to pretend to be certain characters in it and speak the way that they would. What was that called? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No. The Star Trek Online I was playing?
Yeah, where you have to like, hey, captain's log, like this. Hey, do this order. So you're supposed to do
Yeah,
this.
but you never spoke in different languages.
I know. I'm just saying, like a couple weeks down the road, you're gonna be like, guys,
Oh.
I signed up for Klingon lessons.
No, I'm not going to sign up for Klingon. Though there are those that take that very, very seriously.
If you did have to learn another language, like a quote unquote like nerdier language,
Fictional language? maybe?
fictional language, perhaps, yeah. What's it gonna be?
How many of them are there? There's like...
I'm thinking like Elven would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, there's
right?
Elven, there's Klingon.
Cole's over there like wants to learn like Orc or something.
Mhm.
There's, what else is there? Well, there's Krypton.
Yeah.
Kryptonese.
Perhaps from like Harry Potter, like the whole how to say every spell, right? I don't know if that's
I already have
necessarily
that.
a language. Oh yeah. You're like, I'm practically fluent.
Remember when we were talking about casting spells in that that game that we played? The Never Have I Ever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I practiced all of them.
With just the flick of your wrist as you're saying them all.
I've never been to a Star Trek convention. I've been to many a Comic-Con, but never one dedicated to Star Trek. And from what I hear, it is quite the experience.
Okay, well, we went to
What's
Gaming
Klingon
Con.
for virgin?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, so we went to
Nolech.
Nolech.
I was going to say something highly inappropriate. So, no, but I was just thinking about that. Well, when we were at Gaming Con, they had that game set up and everybody was cosplaying as different Trekkies, and it was kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know?
it is. It can be.
It's an acquired taste.
It is. Yeah, it's. I've seen stuff online. I've seen people really get into it. I mean, it's like when we went to Gaming Con and those people were LARPing.
Yeah.
How serious and dedicated they were
They
to
had
that.
a character like dedicated to that, and a backstory,
Yeah,
and they had names for their weapons, and
it's the same thing.
And sometimes, like, I don't like going down this rabbit hole, but sometimes I'll think about it and be like, do people look at me that way? I sure hope not. I hope I'm like a little bit more well-rounded.
I think so. And I'm all for, the
expressing yourself, and doing what you want to
cosplay
do,
and all that stuff.
whatever makes you happy. Yeah,
that's
for sure.
good. But there is a time where you can actually break character. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
From what I've seen, no, it's not. Yeah. So I have much respect for those celebrities that have to get up in front of those cons and answer those questions
and act like they're okay with the questions they're being asked.
Time and time again.
Yeah.
Those people that come and go, so in episode 127.
Like, you think I really remember that?
You gotta push up their glasses a little bit. I do that to Emily all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of nerds, 2 seasons of Amazon's Lord of the Rings show could cost $500 million. Amazon committed a multi-season Lord of the Rings TV series for the Prime platform late last year. And it appears like streaming, among other things, giant is willing to sink a significant sum of money into the endeavor. Like a significant sum. According to an internal study performed by Reuters, the Lord of the Rings TV series could end up costing electronic commerce behemoth in the neighborhood of $500 million or more for the first 2 seasons alone. While the projection appears to be quite staggering, half the total, $250 million, was spent on acquiring the rights to make the series in the first place, with the remainder of the projection being attributed to marketing and production costs. There you go.
I don't know. I'm still kind of hesitant about this whole series. If they're throwing this much money at it, it's going to be Game of Thrones.
It'll look good.
It should, at least it should be.
Yeah.
And if it's not, that's kind of a waste.
Just really disheartening otherwise.
Yeah, it'll definitely look cinematic, and I think that's partly where all the money's going to go. Every week they have to do like a cinema style production,
right?
What they should do is they should start the series with Sean Bean and then have him be killed. It would be just like Game of Thrones, but Lord of the Rings. Who was Boromir?
That I was going to say. Yeah, he died in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And then they just go from there. I really don't know. I mean, it's an expansive universe, but I really don't know where they're going to actually focus on there.
And how much does Game of Thrones cost HBO?
It was like $10 to $12 million an episode.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
in the ballpark.
Yeah,
right.
It's pretty close to that too.
Yeah.
Depends on how many episodes they did in a season, which I think was around 11. No, the first one was like 8, I think.
I don't know.
They kind of varied
in the first
between
season,
like
and then
8
they
to
go
12,
they increase from there.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it being pretty cool. I would like an emphasis on like the wizards in there and how they're not actually men; they're like demigods.
Yeah,
because that would be cool to go into the backstory of those.
Or really revered, and everybody holds them to a much higher standard. You know, where Gandalf the Grey, he kind of was more like an old, crotchety old man, that was just kind of like there and was showing off fireworks. And
a wizard is never late.
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't until like later on when he became like, Gandalf the White, that then all of a sudden it's just like, oh man, like
that's bringing next level.
Yeah. Yeah.
He leveled up.
The Shape of Water producer, J. Miles, Miles Dale, says he is directing with Del Toro. They're interested. I'm all over the place. Okay, the Shape of Water producer, J. Mills Dale, says he and director Del Toro are intrigued by the Universal Studios classic monster library, but have not yet discussed the making the film for the studio's dark universe. Less than a week ago, The Shape of Water made movie history with all the awards it took home at the Oscars, including Best Picture, inspired by Del Toro's long fantasized classic Universal monster movie Creature from the Black Lagoon. The film earned Dale and Del Toro Oscars for producing the film, as well as Best Director, Best Original Score, Best Production Design. The historic win, which that was pretty dang historic as far as like Oscars go.
Yeah.
To have a sci-fi win Best Picture, yeah, that's pretty dang crazy. So the historic win for the genre film comes about 8 months after Universal launched its Dark Universe franchise and the reboot with The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise, which fell short of expectations.
Much like Cruise himself.
There's much to be, desired.
That was some risky business they had. They tried to make it a top... sorry. Continue.
No, you're good. So they're kind of in talks with this, and Dale went on to say, "We haven't really talked about it. I've made several movies with Universal and know and love them well. They're doing their own thing now after The Mummy." And then he just kind of talked about if he were to do it, that he would want Del Toro on for the project as well.
Sounds like a Mission Impossible to me.
Okay, all kidding aside, it really kind of does, because Del Toro's films are dark and kind of
just more serious.
Yeah. And that doesn't really play well with what they wanted to do with the franchise. So could they really do a dark universe?
I think if anybody could pull it off, it'd be Del Toro. I mean, they would have to retool some things and reboot it again, but because Del Toro, he's a fanboy. He loves that stuff. I mean, he has researched and studied those old Universal monster movies. He has copies of the scripts in his house and, statues. And so, if anybody knows that universe inside and out and can do it justice, it's him.
So then what they were originally planning on doing is having The Mummy and then introducing Dr. Jekyll and some of these other guys and kind of tying it all together. So if you're going to reboot it, I would steer clear of Creature of the Black Lagoon, because then people would say, oh, it's just The Shape of Water all over again.
Yeah.
and you can't go with the Mummy because that's already been done if you're rebooting it. So which direction do you go? Do you go with like Dracula or The Bride of Frankenstein or?
I'd like to see a Dracula movie, if I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah.
Like, one that's more dark and less... What was that Dracula movie that came out just a few years ago?
Dracula
With
Untold.
Discount. Yeah. Discount Orlando Bloom, which I really like now. But, see, I liked that movie, but it wasn't dark enough.
Yeah.
But...
So then, do you have Van Helsing kind of be the thing that ties them all together? Because he's a monster hunter? Or is that too obvious?
I mean, that could be a way you could go.
Right.
But yeah, either Dracula or the Wolfman, I think, to start this again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it really dark. Let's make it really gothic. You know, let's not try to put it in modern times or anything. It's all right to make it a period piece. Put it back in the 1860s,
Right.
you know? Have Dracula be back in the 13th century and move forward from that. You know, that's fine.
So then how do you tie it all together? Do you use a human or do you use a creature or what do you...
You get Sam Jackson as Nick Fury.
Who lost his eye to,
And
like,
he-
you know, got...
Comes
it
up
was
and it's
stabbed
like,
by a
We're
spike.
putting together a team.
Because at the end of the Dracula movie, he says, "I am Dracula."
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So then you have a post-credit scene with Sam Jackson.
I like where this is going.
Really? We just do Iron Man again, but with Dracula.
It has potential.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, and now that Del Toro has won an Oscar, especially for that movie, that genre of film,
Mm-hmm.
at this point he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. He has free reign
Yeah.
to do whatever.
If he wants to take
They're going to give millions of bucks to him.
yeah, if he wants to take a stab at that dark universe, then
So be it.
yeah, Universal. I think Universal is going to say, okay, have at it.
One other thing about creatures.
Yeah.
With The Walking Dead, I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon. It's just kind
So is
of...
everybody else.
It's dragging on. So I think this is a last-ditch effort by the franchise, like AMC, to try to reboot it because they're doing the finale is going to be in theaters to over 750 movie theaters nationwide. So you could potentially be showing it.
I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake.
Do you get to pay to see it?
You have to pay to see
See,
it.
that's
Oh,
the thing.
man.
Right?
Count me in.
I don't.
Was that sarcasm?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even pay to watch it now. They can't pay me to
Yeah,
watch
me
it.
neither. But yeah, I think that's a mistake. I really do.
April 15th. I don't know if that's going to be the only way or you can still watch it on TV. They just want it to be larger than life.
Yeah.
And this kind of like the real reason I brought up this story is because I'm just kind of wondering, should the TV series do this where they show one of their, the season premiere or the final episode in a season? Should they even do that?
No, I think that's stupid.
Game of Thrones tried doing it. I think Sherlock. There was a couple others, right?
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Okay, I can kind of see Game of Thrones.
Because it is like a larger than
Yeah.
life kind of thing.
But I mean, I think Breaking Bad did it as well, and it just it doesn't make any sense. Why would you go and pay for something that you could see for free at home?
Yeah.
I mean, just the experience of being with other people. Yeah, so what?
Well, there is something to be said about the theater experience, too. Like,
Yeah.
extra loud, you don't have interruptions, you don't ever have to pause or anything like that. But then again, you can't do any of those things if you need to as well. Like, if you need to go have a bathroom break, you can't just hit the pause button.
Like, all right, guys, we're just going to pause this for a second.
I don't think it's something that should be done for every season finale, but I think a series finale would be fine. Like the final episode of Breaking Bad, like the very last one that will ever be on TV. I think that's totally fine.
Okay.
It just seems pretentious to me.
Just an extra money grab.
Yeah, like our show is so good that we need to get this last episode out in the theaters. I don't know. It just seems. It's not something I would do personally,
Yeah.
but that's me.
I mean, they're still trying to, while there's still fans out
Yeah.
there, they're trying.
I mean, AMC is doing a marathon of every Marvel film leading up to
Seriously?
Infinity War. Yeah, and it takes longer than a full day to get through, and I considered doing that.
Hmm?
So I'm not above something like this. It's just
It doesn't
As far-
it doesn't translate well.
it doesn't. It
Not-
doesn't.
Yeah. Not typically, at least.
Yeah.
But I do like Colton's idea. I do like the final episode. But then would you only have it just to be seen in the movie theaters? Or is that kind of like a dick move where you're just like, ha, instead of seeing the cliffhanger, you got to go to the movie theater?
No, I wouldn't do that. I would have it start the exact same time that it would be showing on TV. Because otherwise you have people that can't make it to that and aren't TiVoing it. And then they get spoilers on Facebook or...
So what about doing it a week later? If you want to see it in theaters, you get to see it a week in advance.
Yeah, even then, people are still going to be posting spoilers. Like, you have a whole week of time that's something you can't even control. That would kind of suck.
That's true. And then the question is, with the theaters, do they still get ratings? I mean, can they still judge their ratings
Yeah.
from that? I mean, would ratings take a hit because people go into the theater instead of watching it on TV?
Because then you
No.
probably have the TV people like upset about that. You
Yeah.
know, they pay for a bigger episode or a bigger TV show to be on their like station so
Yeah.
that they can get money.
Yeah, I don't know. And like you said, with The Walking Dead, it just seems like a money grab,
Hmm.
a last ditch effort
Yeah.
to be like, please, somebody watch this, please.
But then it's going to be kind of funny because they're probably going to have to throw more money at this episode and make it something actually worth seeing in the theater.
Yeah.
Which won't even fall the rest of the season has just been kind of like, okay. There's been a couple of good things, maybe a couple of heartfelt moments, but then this one they're just kind of like explosions everywhere.
Yeah.
Zombies.
And then it's
3D.
not even like a prestigious thing, I mean, like we can say, like, oh, I saw this old movie back, when it came out in theaters, or that.
Mhm.
Nobody's gonna care to say, oh, I saw the season 8 finale of The Walking Dead in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
So what? I watched it at home in my underwear. I'm afraid I got you beat. All right. Let's take another break. And when we come back, we are doing, we're playing a game.
Yes.
So we'll be back right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
On the historic streets of Ogden, there are two kinds of people, readers and non-readers. Here's where you can find their stories.
Booked on 25th Street, located at 147 Historic 25th Street, Ogden, Utah, 84401.
Yeah, stop by and say hi to our friend Marcy. You can pick up a new or used book, or you can sell your own used books.
That's right, you can get 10% store credit on what they can sell the book for.
Stop in and say hi, or call them at 801-529-7720. You can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/bookedon25th, or you can email them at marcy@bookedon25th.com, or visit their website, bookedon25th.com.
Be sure to tell them that World War G sent you. Now back to the episode.
When we come after you to figure out how you can do it.
It would dissect you.
That's true. You would be on their radar.
So if you played it off as magic,
Yeah, but then they would still want to take you apart and take all your magic and be able to fly themselves.
It's the government. Of course they would.
Fun killers.
That's what the government is. They're fun suckers. All right. And we're back. And we have been for a second.
Yeah, you're good. So, you wanted to first talk about Jessica Jones.
Yes, Jessica Jones season 2, which I had no idea was coming out.
Were you pleasantly surprised?
Yeah, I was. Because I needed something to watch. I'm 3 episodes in. 13, I think it is.
I think that's further than Iron Fist.
No? Iron Fist I got to 6.
And The Punisher?
Punisher also got to 6. I don't know. I guess
really
it's just...
round it out and go to Jessica Jones 6.
Yeah. So yeah, Jessica Jones. We've made no illusions that we weren't a huge fan of the first season.
It was probably the weakest. Oh, other than Iron Fist, it was the second weakest out of the bunch. Out of the original 4.
Yeah. I don't know. I may have to go back and watch it again because I'm actually really enjoying this season.
Does it take off where the last season, I guess, left off?
Yeah. Because there's not a whole lot of superpowers going on. It's more of a...
Drama?
Yeah, it's more of a detective story, which I could appreciate. Because, I mean, that's kind of what Jessica Jones is. She's a PI. And so, there's kind of some intrigue, and you kind of diving into more of her past and kind of where she comes from and how she got these abilities. And you get this interesting reaction from people because everybody knows who she is, and everybody knows that she's a superhero and that she has superpowers.
So that's going to be way difficult to be a detective.
Yeah,
right?
and
because you're famous trying to be a detective. That's why Sherlock Holmes, in the Benedict Cumberbatch version, he tried to lay low key and cover up his face, and was always trying to be recluse and secretive about it because he didn't want to be in the public eye, or then he wouldn't be allowed into the other things.
Right.
Although at the same time, that does open a lot of doors for you, right? As far as they're like, oh, they're famous, they're a good detective, they've got super abilities, let's have them do this case.
Yeah, and you also get into this interesting dynamic of people, the way they treat her because of knowing that she has powers, she has abilities. Like, people try to fight her, and it's stupid. Like, why would you try?
Yeah.
She has a superintendent in her building that knows that she's super powered. Because when he was moving in, she lifted up his fridge to move it out of the way because he was trying to get through. Which is interesting because most superheroes tend to keep their identity secret,
right,
and their power secret, but she doesn't care. The government, fun suckers. But yeah, she doesn't care. So it's made for some interesting drama there. But yeah, but so far so good. First 3 seasons, or episodes, I mean.
Yeah. Where does it take place? Like, after the Defenders?
Yes,
or
after the Defenders.
Wasn't sure. And then they just kind of, dissolve and go back to their own cities?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was there any type of... have you seen crossover? Have you seen any of the other guys?
The only person you've seen is Foggy Nelson. He shows up for a second.
Well, she was one of the more boring parts about Daredevil.
But like I said,
Foggy.
I'm only on episode 3, so I just finished that. So who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
I have 10 more episodes to go, so that's 10 hours of show I still have to watch. So
we'll see if you make it past episode 6.
Episode 6, yeah. That's the guideline, apparently.
Yeah.
That's the benchmark.
Was it episode 7 worthy? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
So, speaking of questions, we'd posted up on Facebook and wanted to kind of do a geeky would you rather. And I've got a couple of questions that I've come up with. I wanted to throw them out to you guys and see what you thought. We also got a couple of ones online.
Okay.
First one. So, would you rather go a year without TV or a year without movies?
Oh, TV.
TV, yeah, for
really?
sure.
Hands down. Because I barely watch that anyway.
Yeah.
and I practically live at that
does
theater.
this include Netflix? Does TV include Netflix?
Yeah.
Or just cable?
Well, I would say if it's coming out of a television, then
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely TV.
It's that you'd give up?
Yeah, I would give up.
Okay.
I feel like I'd be a lot more productive. I do a lot of TV watching, you guys.
In your evenings,
I might
right?
actually have movies to review if I didn't have TV.
I don't watch TV, and I'm not that productive. So
You watch The Flash. There's a couple of shows you'll
I
watch,
watched
right?
3 episodes of Jessica Jones.
that's true. Also true.
Yeah, I think I would have to probably give up TV as well. I'd be way more productive in the evenings, you know, if you're not watching like any TV shows on Hulu or Netflix.
Either that, I'd just get really into gaming,
Yeah.
Very true.
taking care of my family.
I'd be really into taking care of my family. That'd be awesome.
Like, I'm sorry, Emily.
Netflix is getting canceled right now.
Speaking of gaming, would you rather play real life Minecraft or real life Mario Kart? Because real life Minecraft, you'd be able to build and construct and make whatever you wanted, like create an entire world, right?
Yeah, but I'd end up blowing it up. So I don't know.
Or putting lava everywhere and just.
Mhm.
Or Mario Kart, you know, you get to drive around, throw shells, banana shells, and race.
I'd say Mario Kart.
I'd probably say Mario Kart too, only because I've never played Minecraft.
Okay. I think I would probably have to go with Minecraft just because having an architectural background, I'm just
Right.
like, that would be so awesome to just like create buildings and all sorts of other cool
Yeah, but
construction things.
would it be like the cubic blocks that they have, like that are all?
Yeah, but it would be real. I mean,
real materials.
Real
but
material.
Still the same shape.
Yeah.
So every house you have would have 3 feet thick walls and
Pretty
floors.
much.
Okay,
pretty
yeah. I
much.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no,
that's
no,
totally
you're good.
fine. Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be real materials, but they'd just be like really thick buildings.
it's a big waste of materials.
Pretty much. All right. Would you? Well, let's go. Before we get to this last one, let's go ahead and take the one that we got on Facebook.
Oh, my bad. Hang on. Let me get it.
I remember it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, but
go.
as far as like,
Would you rather be Batman or Iron Man?
I wanted to give a shout out to the.
Oh yeah, who did ask it, by the way? Oh, you had clicked the button like 20 seconds earlier, and it was still.
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on, we gotta give this person his due.
American.
There you go.
There we are.
Fantastic.
He posted this one. Yeah. Would you rather be Batman or Iron Man?
Great question.
My answer, I would be Superman.
I knew it.
No, I actually had to give this a thought because I was just like, well, Batman does have things that fly, but it's more of like his Batwing.
Comes back to
And-
flying.
It really does. It comes down to like, because Iron Man, he's got all the technology to make some pretty cool inventions, right?
Yeah, see, with me, I'd have to go by my personality. And I don't like most people. And
We're kind of an exception, Colton.
and I tend to keep to myself, so I would probably lean more towards Batman.
Yeah.
But Tony Stark seems to have a lot more fun being Iron Man.
Yeah, that's what
Especially
I was gonna
'cause-
say. Like Batman takes himself way too seriously,
Yeah.
and Tony Stark, he just lives life and he helps people and
Everybody
doesn't
knows who
brood.
he is. He doesn't
Mhm.
care because he's got the technology to prevent them from doing anything to him.
And you can go be an a-hole, and everyone just thinks, "Oh, that's Tony Stark."
Mhm.
Oh, that's just, yeah. Bruce Wayne has to be all political and, you know.
Yeah, then
It's kind
Bruce
of that.
Wayne has a job. You'd have to run a company.
Yeah. No, you just let somebody else do it. You let Morgan Freeman have
That's
it.
true.
Someone like Salt Cups, not like Pepper Potts.
Salt cups. This is my assistant, Salt Cups.
No, and then
That
another
sounds
thing.
really sexist. I don't know why. Come over here, Salt Cups.
Get that sexy ass over here, Salt Cups.
Sugar Cups.
Buttercup. I'm sure Bruce Wayne would then get hit with all these lawsuits and stuff. He'd be like the Kevin Spacey of the DC universe.
He'd fight back with the bat suits.
He has to go sneak in by cover of night as Batman to get rid of the evidence or the emails that he sent.
See, and then another thing is you got to think about the money. Like, Batman has old money, which his house is made of granite. Everything's all classy.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark has new money, which he uses for cool gadgets and having a really awesome looking house.
This is
I
my
would totally
dilemma.
be Tony Stark.
I love me some
That's
Batman,
not the
but
question. It's Batman or Iron Man.
Yeah, but you think
I'd still be Iron Man.
to be Batman or Iron Man, you would have to also then adopt the lifestyle that they lead.
Yeah.
And so for me, for my personality, I'd probably pick Batman.
See, the reason I'm going with Batman is just because I like that cool, swanky, classy, I don't know.
Wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah, I like that. I like that kind of style.
See, I would love to be living in a mansion, wearing a tuxedo, drinking whiskey, thinking, I am so freaking rich. I don't have to do anything. This is great.
In front of a huge fireplace that then you just go over to your bat cave.
Just by myself.
See, they both can do that, though. Tony will just fly to his huge skyrise, and he doesn't even have to take off his suit. He just walks, and it takes it off for him, and then he just picks up a glass of whiskey.
Batman just slides down a pole, and he's done.
But Tony doesn't do a lot of brooding, though. I'm a big fan of brooding. Brooding in the dark. I've done that.
Seriously? You're just sitting by yourself?
Yes.
Joni walks in, you're just in there.
Petting
Good
the
evening.
Shut the door.
Some light hits your face, you start hissing.
Shut the door, sugar cups. Oh,
Good
man.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, now for our final one. See, now I'm the one building suspense here, Troy. Would you rather watch Avengers Infinity War the day it comes out, or wait until it comes out on DVD and get $5,000?
$5,000.
Really?
No contest.
I would also take the money.
Really? You could wait.
$5,000.
Yeah.
AJ, $5,000. Just really think about it.
Yeah.
$5,000.
And the way
If
movies...
it was $200,
Huh?
no contest. I would watch Infinity Wars.
Yeah. So then what's the
$5,000. I'm just gonna
what's
keep
the
repeating
amount?
that.
5,000. You're saying $1 million.
Honestly, the amount is probably more than $200. Honestly,
if I knew I could have that money just for me, I could just go blow it on whatever. Then I would
some sugar cups.
on some sugar cups. I would definitely take the money.
Yeah. If you didn't have to be adulting and responsible and put it towards other stuff.
Pay bills and crap with it. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, okay, so this is since 2008 that this is building. 10 years it's been building up to this. And then you're no, I can wait for
we've
months.
waited so long already. You might as well wait.
It'd be about a year. You realize, you know what I mean?
It wouldn't be a year. It'd be 2 or 3 months.
Before it comes out on DVD?
Yeah.
I'd say 6 months at most.
Well, how long did it take? I'm thinking it's going to be just about as big as Star Wars. How long did that take to get onto DVD?
About 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
So 3 additional
It came
months.
out in December, and it's just now coming on DVD.
Okay. So $1,000? Are you going to see, I'll even throw it in where it's, you get to go to the midnight showing, you get the best seat in the house, whatever you want. You could go all recluse and get the whole theater to yourself.
Okay,
or
what
wait
if
until...
it was red carpet premiere?
Huh?
For sure, red carpet premiere.
Okay, yeah. Where you get to, meet the cast, basically.
Oh, yeah. I would go.
5,000? 5,000?
It'd
Or
be a
that?
movie.
The
I'd
movie?
see the movie. If you could see all of the cast and meet them,
5,000, or you could blow the money on whatever you want. $5,000.
get to meet Tony Stark.
Yeah, I still take the money. And I'll tell you why. Because you and I, AJ, have met celebrities.
Right.
At these conventions and stuff. It's not always all it's cracked up to be.
That's very true.
Brandon Routh. Nikolai Coster-Wardlow.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio.
That's true, and they'd probably brush you aside.
Yeah. I mean, I would take the money. I do unspeakable things for money. I mean, I'm
You're like, I'm not above that.
I'm not above bribes. So I enjoy money.
You hear that, listeners? Go ahead and bribe us.
Yes, by all means, send us money. Ask us to do things and send us money. Yeah.
That could be like a segment in and of itself. Our YouTube channel would get a lot more followers.
I was trying to think of some others.
You mentioned one about, what was it called?
Flying or invisibility?
The old standby. Flying or invisibility.
See, and we were talking about this, and I was just like, well, that'd be so much cheaper to, you wouldn't have to take an airline, stand in the lines, go through security. You could just fly to any destination that you wanted to.
By yourself.
And it would take you a while.
You really think it would take that long?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
unless
how fast are we saying that we can fly?
I would say that you could fly as fast as a plane. That's reasonable.
700,
having
like
the
600
power of
miles an
flight
hour?
Is equally as unreasonable as having the power
Like
to fly
rip
as fast
skin
as
off your face.
See, and that's why I was thinking, you could only fly like as fast as maybe
a bird.
I don't know, or like as fast as you could run or something.
That would be lame.
And that's what I was. Yeah.
Just putting along like 12 miles per hour.
Or maybe like fast as a car.
You're just in the midair. You're just kind of like put your hands on your side and just like.
The only reason why I would choose flying over invisibility is for the fact that I would be able to get things off the top shelf at the grocery store now and other, simple things.
I'd choose invisibility because I want people's secrets.
Yes.
I want to know their deep, dark secrets.
Oh.
I want to see what they do when nobody's around.
I don't know if I do.
Troy doesn't believe in that people have integrity, apparently.
Yeah.
I know they don't.
He's like, I know what you're saying about me behind closed doors, Colton. You and Emily, you're talking about me. You're like, suckers. Took our cats. That would be kind of cool also for Halloween. You just like make things levitate and scare the heck out of people. If I could fly and perhaps like I also had super strength to go along with it, then I think I'd pick flight just so then you could fly people, to vacations or like, hey, you want to go like do this for a weekend,
Yeah. I just think flying on its own wouldn't be all it was cracked up to be.
You're like, Peter Pan, you're overrated.
Yeah.
See, I think falling would be more fun than flying, but if you could fly, you could stop yourself after you're done falling. Like,
it's true.
Go up to parachuting or skydiving heights and then just drop. Just have the world come towards you, and then you slow down.
But anything, if you're just a normal person and you're flying, you're going to have to wear, especially if you're going as fast as a plane, you got to wear some sort of special suit.
That's what I'm saying. Otherwise, your skin's like getting ripped off.
Or even something warm.
Or you
because
like
it's
freeze
cold
to death
up there. It's really cold.
No, I'd only fly like 10 feet above the ground.
Like that's the reason why I stopped driving a motorcycles, because I had to like wear this leather,
your
thick,
hands
hot
get
leather
cold.
jacket
Just
to stay warm, and then you get off the motorcycle and you look like that douche who's wearing a thick leather jacket everywhere.
Yep.
I don't want to be like walking down the street mid-July wearing a parka.
Yeah. Would you rather go through life looking like Two-Face or the Red Skull? You couldn't change your appearance.
Red Skull.
Yeah?
Totally. You could be like a
embrace
mascot
that.
for a sports team or something.
If
These people just feel bad for you.
if there was a school out there that was like the skulls or the skeletons or something,
the
then you got it.
Redskins.
Well,
You be their mascot.
You could be the mascot, the new mascot.
Okay,
for the
but
football team.
he's like missing a nose.
it's like, look, guys, we're not racist anymore. We got this freak.
He's missing a nose. That's my one drawback. At least Two-Face, you could have somewhat decent. Make sure to get my good side when there's like,
All right, what about Two-Face or the Joker?
Joker?
Oh, the Joker.
And not Heath Ledger Joker. I'm talking Jack Nicholson, distorted face, acid Joker.
I'm still thinking the Joker.
I would rather look like Two-Face than Jack Nicholson.
You got a point. And on that note, Here's where you can find all of our episodes. You can find us at worldwarg.podbean.com. You can find us on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Just search World War G. You can find us on the social media at facebook.com/World War G Podcast. Also on Twitter and Instagram, just search at WWG Podcast. You can find all of our merchandise at shop.spreadshirt.com/World War G. You can also email us anytime.
Day or night.
At worldwgpodcast@gmail.com. And remember, you can always call or text the show at 385-240-1692. So this has been World War G, episode 169. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
And I've been Colton.
Stay geeky, my friends.
That's all, folks.